Oh, he's nipped off over there. Hello, my old
Hello.
friend.
Look at his fucking the legs. The legs are twitching.
No, they're not.
They're twitching for me.
I think you've been
It's like
drinking.
jelly.
You're drinking on the job, aren't you?
Oh, I mean, probably.
Yes, we're back doing this again.
Oh,
What's this then, eh?
sorry. It's the unknown. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Yes, that's already become a pretty big cultural stepstone of recent times, hasn't it? I say
It
recent times,
has.
this year. But,
I mean, it's the big story of the year thus far,
yes, it
and it will
is.
most likely be the big story of the year permanently.
Yeah, I well, put it this way, I can see well, I can see the mystery guest on Big Fat Quiz of the Year being somebody connected with it. Golly, somebody made
Absolutely.
a mess of this chap.
Oh yeah, I haven't looked around. I just started being. Which way are you gone?
Around the corner.
Well, there's a few corners here. Oh, there you are. Hello.
Okay,
Just going over
so
there.
once again, capitalism is the problem. There was a schedule, and this chap was pushing to keep to it.
Okay.
Uh, you
Did
know,
he double their efforts to finish this fully operational space
maybe.
station?
Uh, b- so
I would like to get onto a topic very quickly, if
they
you don't
have
mind.
aliens, and they got out. Is my guess.
That's basically what happens.
They were trying to weaponize them or make money from them, and shit went up or down or side to side even. Go on then.
We had a comment, didn't we? In fact, we had more than one comment. We had about 6 of the damn things.
Yeah.
Not the kind of comment we necessarily were looking for, but it was nice to get anyway because it's given us something to talk about.
Was it?
Can you remember the gist of the topic of the
Yeah, they
comment
were.
below?
I mean, it was very helpful in a sense because they were. Oh, fuck's sake, they were offering us tips, weren't they, on
Yeah,
how to
like
play the
guidance
game.
on how to play this game.
Yes, the
Um,
laser can get rid of those blue thingies.
which we have used previously.
Yeah,
Just to be clearly we're not a long time fan. Uh,
we'll
but
take
then
what
again,
we
who
can
is?
get. I am. I've been watching since the
Hang on,
beginning.
come here
All right, 1 second.
quickly. There's a whole other fucking floor.
Okay. Yeah, I did say 3 hours to complete.
Jesus Christ! Where's the clocking out machine? But yeah, no, we got a comment, and I worry now that it's come up in conversation whether maybe my response was a little harsher than it intended to be.
Well,
Um, but like we haven't in any way planned to play any of these games well.
no. Well, you say that.
Any of these joint games.
Well, yeah, I think as a rule. I mean, I don't play Call of the Wild in optimum fashion.
You
You
play
know,
it better than I do, that's for sure.
that's okay. I'm used to it. It took
What,
me a
playing
while.
Call of the Wild?
Yeah,
I was going to say, because I
and
would say that generally speaking, I'm probably the better gamer than you.
well,
But I've got more experience of it.
yeah,
It's basically all I do with my spare time. That and, any one of my 15 different side projects that I sort of half times
yeah.
work on.
Well, we are very thankful, and it shouldn't be my erstwhile colleague Douglas Clisma. My erstwhile colleague wasn't trying to be rude. You were just. I mean, you're right. But the purpose of this, we had a discussion after the fact. The purpose of these videos is not to play the game well. We like to think the appeal is us, and that the game is just a nice little background thing. Certainly that's true
And
for these videos, but also to an extent the other ones. I mean, when I played
it's
these.
worth noting that we understand if you're not necessarily drawn by the conversation.
Oh God,
We
yeah,
have met us.
yes,
Like we don't do this for you. We do this for us. It's just nice that sometimes there's someone else there as well.
yes. It is a record of our friendship, which Jordan will console himself with after my inevitable death.
Yes, because I will outlast you.
Only because I let you.
Only because I'm going to smother you in your sleep. The easiest way to outlive you is to kill you.
After you finally talked me into bed. All these years of turning you down. I'll finally snap. And at that point, you'll have no further use of me.
It's only autoerotic asphyxiation if you do it to yourself, sadly. So it's erotic asphyxiation.
Lift, please.
You press the button. I'm busy carrying this bin.
Where's the
Rubbish.
furnace then, eh?
Over in the corner. I'm heading towards it now.
Okay.
Can you see me?
No, of course I can't. I'm in the lift.
Did you not go down with it? Do you mind?
What?
You just knocked me.
Speaking of inconsiderate things, I was on the bus today, coming home.
Oh, okay. As you
and
do.
and a woman had put her shopping. She was sitting with her daughter. I'm assuming it was her daughter. She put her shopping, 2 bags, on the seats in front of her.
That's a bit rude.
Yes. No,
Seats are for bums.
I mean, she did have bags with her at the time, but I thought, you know what? Put your fucking bags on your knees. You know.
You definitely don't take up someone else's chair.
No, and I gave him I deliberately looked at the bags as I was walking past because I was trying to find a seat, and I looked at them, and I think her daughter was like, maybe we should move the bags, but her mum didn't seem to give a shit. It just
Why would
it
she?
just pisses me off, you know. Pisses me off.
Oh, we went to Bastries. What do we do with a giant wall turd?
What?
What do we do with a giant wall turd?
Alpine Dew. Which are these big pulsating thingies?
Yeah.
Well, I can hazard a guess.
Well, I'm not fucking them. Oh, what do you know? Oh, look at the mess. Ugh.
It's almost as if you
Fuck's
had
sake.
fucked them, isn't it?
Oh, don't make that much mess.
Hmm.
So you set the fire on over here now?
This is about fun, not skill.
Alright, well, wait a sec.
That
I'll just
YouTuber's
put a
gonna
sign
have
down.
some fucking things to say here.
There we go.
Okay, no, I can't sue you if I fall over.
Well, I mean, you probably can still.
I'm gonna put...
But realistically, you're not going to fall over. I'm going to end up pushing you. Ha ha ha. Tee hee hee.
Best friends forever.
Oh, you've still got some more.
What?
There's more. There's a bit that I can't mop up.
Oh, it's...
I don't know. There we go.
well, that's
That
enough
works.
of that then, eh?
Okay, so what we've basically learned is actually how to do some of this job even better
Yeah.
when we're badly doing. I mean, it wasn't in the comments then, was it? It didn't say anything about that.
No. No.
Honestly, it's so tedious doing this properly.
I dare say it's incredibly therapeutic. I imagine if I liked this game more, I would do it more. Do you know what I mean?
You know, the one time I actually streamed on Twitch, it was this game.
Did you complete it? A
I
level?
can't remember. It was all very laggy. And
We completed the Santa thing.
Yeah, but we didn't get a very good score because we burned everything.
Oh, that was fucking bullshit.
Are we just going to burn everything again today?
Well, I mean, are we going to complete it today? I fucking doubt it.
I doubt it. It takes 3 hours.
Let's just
Is that 3 hours? Or is that 3 hours for one person? Because if it's 3 hours for one person, if we both actually knuckled down and did it, we could get it done in an hour and a half.
No. Where's the bucket?
It's over here.
Gosh,
Near the jiggly legs.
this is quite a big bloody place, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
Jiggly
Oh,
legs.
just so you know, just to make you feel better about things, that wasn't on my topic list.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean bucket. I meant the other bucket.
The other bucket thing is near where the elevator is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Basically opposite. Oh, you destroyed the radio.
Yes.
Is that so that I don't use it to make music again? and distract you.
Yeah, I'm still not seeing the bucket thing. Oh, here it is.
Oh, hang on. Where what?
Well, it's
Did I
round.
miss where it was?
It's not opposite. It's sort of around the
Oh,
corner,
okay. It's just around the corner from opposite. I didn't
which
know
I
that. I thought
think
it was
was
closer.
pretty reasonable, frankly.
Right then, this man should have quit while he was ahead.
No, he should. No, you delivered that wrong. You just said he should have quit while he was ahead. That's how you do it.
Yeah, but people can't see it, so like they can't see the bloke that I was carrying, so it doesn't
I
matter, does it?
know, no, it does, because if you enunciate it like that, it makes it clear you're joking. If you say he should have quit while he was ahead, it just sounds like you're using the phrase he should have quit while he was ahead.
I was.
Right.
Why would I have been making a joke? I don't know. It's been a long week.
It has been a long week.
Did you knock my bucket over?
What?
My bucket got knocked over. Was it you?
Probably not. I don't
I
remember
bet it
knocking
was.
over a bucket.
Oh, I don't remember you knocking over a bucket, but I don't mean you didn't do it.
This chap's having a
Punk
little
ass bitch.
wiggle. I don't approve of
My
your
money
wiggling,
don't jiggle
sir.
jiggle. So, have you got? Would you like to do your one topic, or would you like me to grab another one of mine?
Well, I've got two.
Oh yes.
Butch
For some
Handsome.
reason,
Yes.
for some reason, I thought that the bus thing might have been one of your topics.
Oh no, sorry. That just it's the thing about these videos. We tend to think of at least one or two more
True
while
that.
we're playing along. Tobias Dreyfus.
Is that you reading out names, or is that part of the topic?
That's me
Is
reading
it a
out.
connections round? Are they all the victims of his terrible, terrible tragedy
No,
that
that's me.
we're half-hearted cleaning up after?
No, that's me reading out names.
I assume they're like Patreon supporters or Kickstarter supporters or something.
I found some heads.
Tails.
Henk Forsyth, Thurgood Chesley, and
It was nice to see him.
Henk Gunderson. That's not a Patreon supporter. Nobody's called Henk Gunderson.
I mean, there might be in like some backwards country like, I don't know, Germany.
Yeah, or England.
And if by any pure chance you happen to be from a backwards country like, oh, I don't know, Germany, guten Abend.
We went to Germany in the last video.
Yes, I was going to say I haven't been to Germany with you, but yes, we went in your video of Call of the Wild, whatever thingy, hunty, shooty game.
Yeah.
You didn't enjoy it,
No, I don't. Too foresty.
and then you had a weird dream,
What was my weird
which we
dream?
weren't going to.
Oh
No,
yeah, that.
me,
Yeah, no, I
me and
won't
someone
go.
getting engaged or
Yeah,
whatever.
I
We
won't
won't
go
go into
into.
it, but
It makes. I had another weird dream actually. I dreamt I was at my boss's house and he was having
oh,
like a party and his partner was there who I've never actually met. Of course, I haven't met. I don't know what they look like, but they were there, and I want to say the Titanic was involved. I don't know. I have a lot of recurring dreams about the Titanic. Not the time I'm on it and it's sinking at the end stages, and I'm inside it, or running around trying to escape. It's quite something.
I can imagine that maybe you'd be better off like not sleeping if you keep having weird dreams like that.
I'm fine with weird dreams. I think they're interesting. I haven't had a genuine nightmare in a long while though.
You say that now, but you've gone and fucked it, haven't you? You're gonna have nightmares now, Ben. You're gonna dream about my cum face. That's what's gonna happen. And the only reason it's gonna happen is because we've had this exact conversation, and you don't even know what it really looks like.
I can
But you're gonna
imagine.
dream about it exactly, and you're gonna imagine. You're gonna see it in close up for some unknown specified reason, probably to do with the dark, depraved dreams that you have in your back of your mind that you don't want to admit. And you're going to see my cum face in your
I
head.
imagine you look like a distressed walrus.
I mean, I do normally, so I mean, give me
Oh,
some credit.
my poor friend is so down on himself.
I'm British. It's what we do.
You're
If
not.
I'm not self-deprecating, I'm
You're
wasting time.
you're not British. You're English.
No, I'm British.
Go on, explain.
Well, because I choose to identify as British rather than narrowing myself down to English. I also actually, preferably, choose to identify as European as well.
Well,
But,
yeah,
that doesn't go down too well
I,
around here, does it?
I'm a citizen of the world,
Oh, I don't. I wouldn't go that far.
of the
Those
universe.
humans really fuck things up.
I know, I hate those pricks.
Why would you want to be one of them?
Ugh. I think they should
One
be
of my
abolished.
one of my associates,
Associates.
yes, associates.
There's some sort of sex thing.
No. Just it's one of the one of the lad's brothers.
One of the lad's brothers. Jesus. Okay, go on.
And I mean, technically he's one of the lads as well, but he's less my friend and more there because he's mates with them, right?
One of the lads. Go on.
So anyway, he was talking just last night, about how he wants to quote become Jewish so he can have Fridays off.
Well, I've got Fridays off and I'm not Jewish.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, then. Do you actually have Fridays off, or do you have Fridays away from your place of employment and instead fill your time with other things that make you be fully employed?
What?
You heard.
Okay, so when your associate, when he says he wants Fridays off, what does he mean by that exactly?
Means he works Fridays at the moment and you don't want it.
Okay, well I have Fridays off, so I refer you to my previous point.
Okay, but what do you do on a Friday when you are not working?
Whatever I want.
Okay, but what do you end up normally doing? Other than the therapy that you go to.
Well, I go to therapy once a month. I'm gonna get.
It once a month? I thought it was once a fortnight.
It was, and then I scaled it down because, frankly, there wasn't
Because of the
enough,
economy, right?
there wasn't enough happening to me in a fortnight. And
I'm surprised that's enough happened to you in a month.
no, I was there for 2 hours last time. That's twice the amount I paid for.
Okay, but you'll see it on your next bill.
Mm.
In fact, he was having a quiet day.
Sorry?
He was having a quiet day.
Oh, probably. I think he reminds me a bit of you, to be honest.
Yeah, well, everyone reminds me of you. Yeah, I'm sorry, everyone reminds you of me.
No, they don't.
Okay, name someone who doesn't.
Yeah,
you see, you can't do it, can you?
Well, no, it's like when you ask someone to tell a joke. That's too. I can't. I'm suddenly thinking of. You basically asked me to name someone who isn't you.
No.
Yeah.
There's a whole world of people, and you can't name one of them.
All right, David Beckham.
Why doesn't David Beckham remind you of me?
Well.
You've not seen me in a striker position lately, have you?
No.
No, good. You don't want to.
He was a world-renowned sex symbol.
Yeah, well, I've got 15,000 fans on my sexy Reddit. So who's the sex symbol now?
David Beckham.
Ah, it's true. Plus, I think his missus was as well, wasn't she, for a while?
Yeah, they were quite the power couple until he had sex with that PA.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't follow
did you
sport.
see the documentary?
Well, the one where she pretended that they do
on Netflix.
That she wasn't well off or whatever.
Yes.
No.
I did, and they mentioned that the PA and the the alleged affair, and they did that thing where they didn't deny it, and they basically just said yes. It was a very tough time. We went through some stuff. We're not going to talk about it. And it's just like, yeah, okay, he definitely did it. But hey ho.
But people make mistakes in relationships. What matters is the only person who it really impacts is the person the other person in the relationship.
Yes.
And if they can move past it, everyone else should leave it well enough alone.
They have presumably.
You cheat on me all the time.
You've got a whole other group of friends. You've got a load of lads.
I have, but I don't record videos with them, do I? Not anymore.
Getting fucking weird little friendship gangbang.
I don't record videos with them anymore, do I?
No.
You're not picking up on the anymore bit.
Did you record? I think I knew that.
Oh, I was hopeful you'd be outraged.
No, I'm not outraged. You're just a cheap little tart, aren't you? I shouldn't say that because I know what you're like. But if
what?
What do you
mean you know what I'm like?
Well, if I...
Do you think I'm going to get excited because you called me a cheap little tart? Is that what it is, Ben?
Yes.
Because I'm going to level with you.
Yes, you
It's
are.
not that easy.
Oh,
Oh fuck.
really? You wore a sleeping mask recently?
No, actually, and I'll have you know that's
Not that easy.
because look. That just taps in. That taps into a personal interest of mine, and being called a cheap little tart doesn't.
How
So
about haircuts? You
what about? Look, no, I've not had a haircut for a while either, but it's not because of the hair. It's because they tug on me hair. Okay. Sometimes they pull on me hair, and I like it a bit rough sometimes, and that's why I can't control it, Ben. It's not my fault. Really, there ought to be a warning when they're going to
I
tug
feel
your
like
hair.
I feel like you're like a child who plays with their penis too much, and
No,
Nanny needs to discipline them.
no, it's
Stop
all good.
stop tugging on it, Peter.
Actually, it's fun. There's a
You dirty little beast.
there is a caption that I've done that I've not posted yet, which is basically on the lines of you need to stop playing with yourself, and the person who is being told that is getting spanked. So
Right.
congratulations, you've basically just completely come out with one of my caption ideas without even having. Obviously, it's a bit more involved in that because these people are absolute fucking freaks. You've got to tell them what the consequence is and all that, because apparently a spanking's not enough.
Hmm.
You'd be amazed how many people seem to be into like, what's the word? I'm just going to use the real word, castration stuff.
Oh, well, literal castration
Well, I don't
or
know if they're actually
symbolic.
going to castrate themselves, but they seem to quite enjoy the idea of, you know, someone telling them they're going to lose their balls.
Well, it seems to be more of a domination thing. You know,
Well, that's what the theme of that.
being threatened by a powerful person.
That's what that the devil went down to Georgia themed one ended up being. Was a look,
Mm, yeah,
wage your balls against me in a guitar contest because he'd already lost the fiddle, right?
right.
It's a logic to it.
I.
Basically, there was a woman with
Oh
a
God.
mostly nude woman with a guitar, and it was the first thing that came to mind. And what am I going to do? That's
There's
how I operate. First thing that comes to mind.
footprints on the ceiling. If I can drag the conversation away from your interests.
Oh, I mean, is there any point in us having a conversation if it's not partially in my interests?
Well, yeah, sure, but not necessarily those interests all the time.
It's not all the time.
No, I
Just
know, I know, I know, I know, I know. I know.
no, it's fine. Go on,
No,
go on.
no, honest. Look,
Change topic.
all right, go on, have a chat about your. Go on, finish it.
No, no, no. That was basically done anyway. If you'd been patient.
Okay, sorry. I don't need to hear the particulars of.
You don't need to hear the particulars, but it keeps me busy. This is something I'm proud of. Well, not proud of it, but something I'm
Well,
successful at.
I've said on a number of occasions that you should be proud of it. You.
Well, I'm not proud of it
All right,
because
but it's something you are successful at. You've done very, very well, and
thank you.
I personally think you could. I mean, if you were so inclined, which I know you're not, you could double down on that, and obviously you're not going to earn enough to quit your job. It's not going to
No,
become a main
sadly not.
income, but it could be a nice little earner if you really knuckle down. But you don't want to,
Well, I
and
mean, it's everything's in place. So that if someone wants me to do something for them, they tell me, they pay me, they get it done. It's not,
mm,
I've got a monthly reminder going out that I do these things.
mm.
Obviously, you've seen the thing I plan on putting up on my birthday,
Yeah,
which isn't,
a
very much
shame, Doctor Helmholtz Watson. Yes, a shameless plea for validation.
just, it's my birthday. Tell me how good I am,
Yeah,
and if you don't want to do that, send me some cash instead.
mm, well, I hope you do get some responses.
Oh, I'll get some text responses. I won't get any cash, but that's fine
Mm.
because I don't need the cash. Like I genuine. This is going to be a bit of a brag now, but I'm going to say it anyway. Over the weekend, I looked at my bank whilst I was at the local Weatherspoons
Right.
for my lunch with my partner,
Uh huh.
and I checked my bank, and I was like, This is about £200, £300 lower than I think it should be.
Hmm.
But it didn't really matter because it was all good still. So like, you know,
Well, look at you
I'm
doing all
doing
right
it
for
right.
yourself.
And this is
Well,
before the tax cuts.
yeah, that's a bad idea. Orly
I want
Wang.
my extra £400 a month. Sorry, £400 a year.
Yeah, but that's I
Nice.
was gonna say then. Jesus.
We all want an extra £400
Yeah,
a month.
but I don't know. Taxes are there for a reason.
They are, they are.
You know,
You
you
know, I
don't
was actually
like them,
saying,
but I like roads that fucking work.
I was saying to the lads actually just the other night, well, I think it was Tuesday night, the day before the announcements, and I was saying to them, you know what, I'd love to I'd love to be in a position where I was in a higher tax bracket. I just wouldn't want to have to pay the money, and they didn't quite grasp it. That meant that I just want to get paid more.
Yeah.
But you know,
Well, I think, oh, fuck's sake, being willing to pay taxes is a sign of being a grown up. You know.
it's a sign of understanding that that's how things
Yeah,
work.
I mean, it's a sign of
And that's
maturity that if you know you're paying into society, you're going to benefit. Everybody's going to benefit. You know, just go, oh, I want money for me, please, like a
I
twat.
mean, I'd like both.
Well,
I want my own personal goods and my services.
well, you cannot. I was going to say something and you distracted me. Oh yeah, I
Tits.
Well, for those who are long-time viewers, which you're not, um, I
Please tell us if you are.
no, well, yeah, go on. Yeah, do we have to shamelessly beg for attention again?
Well, it didn't work, so yes.
Fuck it, please say lovely things about us and ask us questions.
Or I'll kill myself.
Yeah, and I'll help.
Not now, not like in a week or so, just in like 10, 20 years. 50 years, I'll kill myself if you don't comment on this video.
Okay,
And I fucking mean it.
all right.
How
Nobody
old will I be? I'll be
comment.
79. I'll be 79, won't I? Okay, cool.
Um, yes,
Yes, carry on.
well, I told you about my apartment viewing.
Yes, you did.
So there was an apartment I really liked. The leasehold, I went to view it. It's been on the market since last March. We now know why. The tenant went out of her way to discourage us, which didn't really discourage us. And then we started looking in. I started looking into leaseholds and realised it wasn't really for me.
Oh, so that was a. She won then by doing
Oh,
nothing.
that's fine. I'm fine with that. She can win. She can have the apartment. It's a lovely apartment, but problem is I'd get ground rent and a service charge, and they could shoot up whenever the owner of the actual apartment, you know, is wants at their whim entirely. So it's basically like a second mortgage I can't control at all. Um,
Yeah, I mean, that's just not a winner, is it?
you know, if I wanted to get any work done, I'd have to run it past them, and I think there'd be a charge for that, and they could choose who did it. No, I wouldn't get a
Which,
choice in that. And I just thought, if I buy a place like that, am I going to be able to sell it if I want to? Is there any guarantee that the uh, the extra charges I'm going to shoot up so much that it's just going to be absolutely unpalatable for anybody? Am I going to get trapped in
especially in
this?
this economy.
Yeah. So well, long story short, I'm looking at houses now. Uh, so yeah, there's some nice ones around the 150 mark, 140, 150 mark. So my mortgage broker says it's doable. I just need to
Well,
I just need to save a bit more of a deposit. So I guess that's me here for the next however many decades, months really. It's about 10, I think, less, 9, maybe 8. I don't know.
well, since we're talking money and saving and shit,
Oh God, go on. How
not shit.
rich are
No,
you
no,
then?
no,
Go
no, no,
on,
no.
rub it in my
My
face, Mister Moneybags.
situation at the moment is very much. I'm saving however much it is a week. Works out like just over £100 a week. I'm saving, putting to the side in my plum account,
Mhm.
and that is intent for that is to go on the loan and or the credit card because I want to get the loan paid off this year if I can.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, I'll be better off paying off the credit card, but the loan is a bigger chunk each month.
Right.
So if I pay that off, that's the money then I can spend to pay off the credit card. If that makes
Mm.
sense.
Well, would you? Are you quite comfortable staying where you are in your place
For now,
forever?
yeah.
Forever? Or
I don't necessarily think I'll stay here forever, but I would quite like to buy a place.
yeah,
Now, I could, in theory, in a few years' time, buy this place,
yeah,
but I don't know if I want to buy a flat. I'd rather buy a house,
yeah.
preferably a detached one, but that's not likely.
No, I'm fine not buying a detached house. I don't need a big garden or anything. Uh, one of the houses I saw is like a few houses down from the place I used to live before I moved into this house.
Oh, is that in this town or is that in a different?
It's in the town I live in.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Because I know there was a while when you lived in this town
yeah.
that I live in.
No, I would. Well, I wouldn't move back there, would I? You silly
Right,
Billy.
you could move back here.
Well,
Why wouldn't you?
because I work a long way away and I ain't
Hang on a
commuting.
minute.
What?
Hang on. Do you recall that period of time when you was like, "Oh, Jordan, there's a job going where I work"?
Yeah.
Okay, so and I want to accept that you did acknowledge that the commute was definitely a reasonable factor for my declining it, but you did suggest it.
Yeah, I did, and you just suggested it again to me. Did you not? Why wouldn't you want
I
to?
did. I
What?
suggested it again because you suggested it.
Oh, right.
Because I thought, well, if you thought it was good enough for me,
Well, yeah, I do. You could
oh
have,
well,
you could have worked with me.
I mean, I get enough of you. Well, fine, not enough of you, but I get a lot of you in the week as it is.
Yeah, it would have been
You
fun, I
know.
think. I mean, I hardly would have seen you, judging by the amount I see your former co-worker. I mean, they're in every now and then, but for the most
Well,
part,
no, but the
they're
thing
they're
is, you would
working
have
from
wanted to
home.
do lunch together.
No,
Yeah, you would.
no, I wouldn't
You
have.
would. Maybe
No.
not to start with.
My lunch times, I sit at my desk and I read. I put my headphones
How long
on.
do you get?
An hour.
Oh, I miss having an hour.
I'm well taken care of where I
I mean,
work.
to be completely fair, the only reason I don't have an hour
Yeah.
is because I start half an hour later than everyone
Oh,
else.
right. Well,
Right. So, like, my hour is taken up by the half hour that I'm not there in the morning, and then an extra half hour.
my place of work
Like for lunch.
has doesn't well. It's to compensate for the pay a lot. A lot of the perks that compensate for the pay, and I'm fine with that because I love working where I do. I'm really proud to work where I do.
Yeah, there's been a bit of a. I'm not going to go into the details because I don't. You never know who watches these things, right?
Yeah.
But there's been a bit of a drama with someone being a little unhappy with how they were sold this job. Um,
Is it the
Recently.
person you had the long chat with in the kitchen?
Yeah. That's the one.
All right.
And let's just say they were very adamant that they'd been lied to in their interview. Which,
Hmm.
I mean, interviews people are dishonest, I would say.
Not necessarily
That's,
dishon. Well,
I think
I think
dishonest is better than it's more likely to fly if you say dishonest than it is
I
to say you
I
say they lied.
I understand what you mean, and I don't think the word is the worst choice. But at the same time, I think
Misleading.
not even deliberately misleading, just that they they put their best face forward. I mean, both sides do it. I think job interviews are so stupid for exactly that reason. Like we both
Yeah,
know we're presenting an idealized form of ourselves to the other, right?
I've never failed a proper interview.
You've had,
I mean, look at me.
you know, well, I've had good interviews. I've had bad interviews. I had an interview at a petrol station once. You want to hear the story about my worst job interview ever? And it wasn't even my
Was it
fault.
was it ever a job interview? Was it a petrol station?
Yeah.
Go on then, tell me.
Right. So it was a night job, and I applied for it because I was just looking for work. It was after I. It was not. It was not before this job. Well, it was before this. Before the job I had before this one. Right.
A few jobs ago.
Yeah. I went there. It was very busy. Right. The manager, who looked dishevelled as fuck, like he needed a shave. He looks tired. Just not great at all. He called me into this little room, left the door open onto like the shop floor where everybody was rushing about. Um, the job. Uh, he said that I'd be paid like I think I want to say like 7.50 an hour. Now, bear in
Okay,
mind this is for night work. This is for like
that's fucking low.
the midnight shift. He asked me, oh, I think he noticed that I didn't I looked a bit concerned about that. He said, oh, was it is that lower than you were expecting? I was like, yeah, to be honest. He said, yes. Well, I talked the owner up, and it was like, okay. Um, They wouldn't pay me for training. I remember that they would withhold that money until I'd been there for a few months because they had trouble retaining staff. Oh, okay. I'd be on my own for a lot of these night shifts, which I didn't like. Um, yeah, I mean, it was just really fucking bad. And at the end of the interview, he said, "Well, what do you think? Are you up for it?" And I said, "Well, I'd have to think about it." And he immediately turned face and went, "Oh well, no, of course, yeah, we've got other people to see." It was so clear that he was going to bite my fucking hand off if I said yes.
Yeah.
Um, I'm, it was quite something. Um, and you shouldn't feel bad about turning down a job if you have the ability to do so and it's not the right fit. You
Oh,
know,
absolutely. You know,
um,
you gotta look out for numero uno,
yeah,
right? Because no one else is gonna do it.
uh,
That's what I say to basically everyone who ever suggests anything about their employment to me. You gotta look out for them. You gotta look out for yourself because no one else is gonna do it for you.
yes. Look, you might love your workplace, but at the end of the day, you are disposable.
I'm not. Although they're making me closer to disposable by getting me to explain how I do some of the things I do.
Yeah.
But like the really tedious stuff that other people already know how to do, not the stuff that only I know how to do. Like what's going on there?
Well,
Like what fucking
I don't know. Maybe it's some sort of
there are certain jobs only I know how to do at the moment.
yeah.
One in particular comes to mind, and it's a big one. It's a fucking important
Mm,
one, right? And I'm the only one who knows how to do it. And no one at any point over the last 2 years has asked how to do it,
yeah.
so they can cover it for me or something. It's like it's specifically my job. No one seems to give a shit about anyone else being able to do it, but it's a massively fucking important job.
Mm. Well, I like to think. I mean, it would be a lot of hassle, to do without me. To mentioned on a number of occasions that I have arguably the biggest workload in our team. Honestly, um,
Mm.
like in terms of what I do, there's a lot of it, and it's a varied amount of stuff. So I've got a lot of knowledge of systems that some of the other people in the team don't have through no fault of their own. I mean, really, I mean, we
Oh,
should.
it is easy if you just blame them though.
Well, we no, we shouldn't say this, but fundamentally, if you've if it is more hassle to get rid of you than to keep you, you're probably fine. As long as you don't fuck up massively
Yeah,
and do the
and
job, and
it's definitely more hassle to get.
they can basically ignore you, and just let you get on with things. They're not gonna get rid of you.
No, they won't get rid of me because I'm. It's supposed for a moment. I work for a haulage company, right? So that's not the kind of industry that, generally speaking, is going to go tits up too much because even in a fucking economy, shit still needs to get moved, right?
Yeah,
So even in a fucking recession, shit still needs to get moved. So
yeah.
even if they have to have massive layoffs because things aren't going, how they want,
Mm,
even in that circumstance, they're more likely to keep me because of what I know in the other departments.
mm,
It's not just my department I know how to do the work for. There's a whole other department, which means
mm.
that someone they don't need to train up, someone who knows what they're doing. And I mean, I shouldn't think it's a massive amount, but if they did make me redundant, I have been there 11 years,
Okay, so you get a nice
right?
little package, or
Oh, I mean, I've got a nice little package already. Thank you very much.
mm,
But yeah, I mean, I should think that it would be a reasonable sum if they decided they wanted to make me redundant.
mm.
And depending on what that sum is, I might even do it voluntarily.
Well,
You
you've
know.
got like, you know, well, you have. good experience now, don't you?
Yeah,
I mean, hell, if I've got
and
no,
some bad ones.
if I've got nothing else from this job, I've got, a good amount of administrative experience to put on my CV. Working in a fast-paced
True that.
environment, dealing with people from various areas and departments, using different systems, all that stuff. You know.
That's the point. You know, about 9 months ago, I applied for that job with that esports team for the Formula One thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I on that as part of that, I mentioned that I moderate a Discord server
Yeah.
because that's something that they want to be able to do. I was like, yeah, well, I've got experience with doing that, so
Mhm.
that should help. Well, that Discord server no longer exists. The one that I helped moderate, it has been closed due to lack of activity. It took a week longer than was planned
Is
to
this
close it
is this the
because
naughty one or the vampire one?
it's the naughty one. The vampire one's been dead for years.
Oh,
You can excuse for
don't you
them.
mean undead for years?
Undead is just alive.
No, it's not. It's undead.
I mean, no, but it is, isn't it? Let's be honest.
No.
But the literal meaning of the word is not
No.
like was dead now isn't. That
No.
just means alive.
No. It means not dead. You know.
Okay. Well, what is
It's
not dead?
it's like if someone's asking you, "Is he alive?" And you go, "Well, he's not dead." I'm not sure how to respond. I mean, technically, he's not dead, but I wouldn't classify it as alive either.
Well, then you should understand what the words mean because not dead is alive.
Oh, guys.
There are three states of being dead.
Oh,
There
fuck
are
me.
dead, there are alive, or there was never possibly one or the other.
And
Like
plasma.
a rock. Like a rock. Yeah? A rock.
Solid
A
as
rock
a
is
rock.
neither dead nor alive because it couldn't have been either at any point. Yeah? A person, dead
Oh,
or alive,
God. I want to throw myself in this furnace.
do it, bitch.
I. No, because you do this a lot. It reminds me of when I think David Cameron said that Maggie Thatcher was like the best peacetime prime minister you've ever had, and you had a shit fit because of the Falklands. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. And it means it wasn't peacetime.
It was
Because there
peace.
was a fucking war on.
Okay.
I wouldn't really call it much of a war because, but it was a fucking war, Ben.
Uh-huh. I think,
People died.
yeah, yeah.
I just, people need to understand what words actually mean.
Undead is not. No, I'm not doing this. I'm not fucking doing it.
Did you just throw this thing at me?
No, I didn't. What do you think I threw at you? At you?
Oh, there's this thing over here. One of the squiggly wormy turdy things. It's on the
No,
floor over here in the corner for me. It's gone. Where's it gone? It's over here now.
no, it's
I'm
not.
looking right at it. I swear to God, it's looking at it. I'm like, don't move. Don't move. Whatever you do, don't move. I'm gonna send you a picture for you to see it on Discord, right?
Yeah.
Because I promise you, I'm not making this shit up.
Okay.
So you're telling me that you? Oh, it's not sent yet. You're telling me that you can't see this in the corner. When it sends. Come on, send. There we go. It's moved again. It's moved. It's gone further into the corner. Are you holding one in your hand?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for some reason, it's about 6 foot in front of you for me.
Well,
It's made a mess on the wall.
it's fascinating.
Like I wasn't making it. You've seen the picture, right?
Yes, I've seen the picture.
That's more evidence than Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you, Ben.
Okay.
Have you
No.
Oh, okay.
No, go on. Ask
Fair
me.
enough.
Ask me a question.
Have you ever heard of Cerveza Crystal?
No.
Have you not? Well, lately by which I mean this week in particular, I have been made aware of a funny little thing that happened in Chile when they were airing the original Star Wars movies.
Oh, I know this. Yes.
Now, I don't know how true this is, but I want it to be so fucking true.
I Go on, explain it for the boys and girls and others at home.
The information that I've been presented with through various videos that I've stumbled across on the internet, mostly on TikTok,
Mm.
are that people in Chile, when they were watching Star Wars films, rather than cut to adverts, the adverts were basically cut into the movie.
Mm.
So there's that scene. The first one I saw was there's a scene where Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Ben Kenobi at the time, gives Luke Skywalker the lightsaber in A New Hope.
Mm-hmm.
And when he goes into the trunk to get the get the lightsaber out, it cuts to a slightly, it's very similar but slightly different looking scene of an old man pulling a beer out of a cooler box with the song for the beer, Cerveza Crystal,
Yeah.
which is fucking awesome as a fucking the sound of it. I love that sound.
Mm.
And in putting that out, and it's an advert, right?
Yeah.
But this is fucking brilliant. I love it. I love it more than anything Star Wars I've loved ever. And it's not even technically Star Wars. I love it more than Rogue One, Ben. And
I
you know how much I love that film.
No, yes, don't take this as gospel because I honestly don't know. I skimmed a tweet or two that suggested that it seemed to suggest anyway that it might have been a YouTube thing that was a thing years ago. And it wasn't actually
Okay.
genuine. I'm not entirely sure.
This is a shame because
If it's
as
true, there's a very good chance it isn't, and I've just misremembered.
well, here's the thing. Even if it isn't true, it's still the fucking best Star Wars thing I've seen because of the amount of effort that's gone into it. And what's really particularly great at the moment is that we're getting it in other things as well. Because it's supposedly come to light recently as an internet thing,
Hmm.
whether that's accurate or not. Like even fucking IGN had made a version of it where instead of in one of the Zelda games, you pull out a sword out of a box because it's dangerous to go alone.
Hmm.
You pull out Cerveza Crystal.
Yes, I did see one of
But
those where it's in Return of the Jedi with Emperor Palpatine does it.
yes,
Uh,
yeah.
well, I'm curious as to where it picked up, after the cut.
Well, that is the question, isn't it? Because
I mean, presumably they can't cut the entire scene out because that would make no sense.
no, I mean, some of the Star Wars films don't make much sense anyway. To be fair, but
No.
you haven't seen Solo, but I'm gonna level you. Ooh, boy.
And yes, all I know is through Red Letter Media. Really, I know they mentioned the fact that he's wearing exactly the same costume. It's one of their sort of
Yeah,
pet peeves that he was basically always wearing the same thing.
man's got man's
Yeah.
got a spaceship that can do a Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs, but he
Mm.
can't do a fucking. He can't get
You've
into
never
warp.
heard of chinos,
Uh,
right?
how's it looking upstairs, by the way?
Squeaky clean.
Is it? Because
No,
down here is not looking too bad.
no, it's looking awful up here. I don't much
Oh, okay.
care. I'm just having fun.
I'm
It's
doing a
just it's
decent job
just
down here.
nice to relax, really, after the week I've had, which has been one that has been not even necessarily bad, just sort of tiring and draining, just one fucking thing after another, really,
Yeah, that's what for work life does to you.
including one of the more negative things that happened to me this week. Um, something. So we had a Burger King in town, right?
Oh, this.
Yes, this. And
You know what? I nearly put this on my list of topics, and I decided against it because I didn't want to make you sound like a petty bastard.
shut up! I am a petty bastard, and you know it. I. Yes, there. I when I went to therapy, um, in town while this Burger King was there, I used to pop in for lunch, and it was lovely because it was quiet and it shut down. And I wondered, oh, that's a shame. I wonder why that shut down. And then I remembered it was quiet. It seemed like nobody really went in there much. It's since moved back to its old location, and which I only found out. recently that's its old location. It's sort of on. It's like a big shopping estate. It's got like a Sainsbury's and a Tesco, and Iceland is there, and Argos and all this stuff, curries, whatever, as well as all the other restaurants, fast food joints. You've got your
Yes.
KFC, you've got your Pizza Hut, you've got your I don't think Domino's is there. I think Domino's is somewhere else. But you got McDonald's, and now you've got Burger King. Now I fucking love Burger King. I love me some Burger King, and I like their chicken royale. And I think they do the best chips out of any takeaway. So I was quite looking forward to ordering in this place. Now, um, to give you some context, I live quite outside of my town, and I have some difficulty with deliveries for at least on like Uber Eats and Just Eat and whatever the other one is. And
Delivery.
yeah, now KFC delivers, McDonald's does not. And I was hopeful the Burger King would, but alas, it does not. Now, KFC is actually further away from me than Burger King. So I have no fucking clue why Burger King doesn't deliver to me and KFC does. Now, I asked the good people at Uber Eats, quite politely, I thought, given the circumstances, why Burger King does not deliver to me and KFC does. And they essentially responded by saying that, restaurants decide this. Some may not. This may change in the future. I asked them what the parameters were, what factors influence the decision to amend, delivery distance. They told me exactly the same thing. I am none the wiser. I am seriously aggrieved, and I am in talks with solicitors. Quite frankly,
I mean, I did tell you going into this that it was most likely a business decision that the company makes based on their own personal situation. Why you went to Uber Eats with it, I don't know.
because
Because of all the, it's not like it's going to have been their decision, is it?
no, I didn't think it was.
So why did you go to them?
Because I thought they may be able to better advise as to why the decision might have been made, i.e., what factors influence the making of this decision. You know, they could say, oh, well, yeah, restaurants tend to do this because XYZ. I didn't think, oh, I'm terribly sorry, we'll fix that for you.
Well, that's how. To be fair, that is exactly how it came across to me when you were telling me that you were going to get in touch with them. I wasn't stupid enough to think that that's what you actually were going to try and do, but it's definitely how it came across.
Well, it wasn't. Um, Maybe I should go back to them and insist. I don't know, but I, this is a slight. Frankly, I'm pissed off. Seriously, bloody pissed off. It's like that scene in Pretty Woman where she goes back after she's started, you know, tugging off Richard Gere, and she goes, "Big mistake, huge," because the woman refused her service. And now she's got money, and they work on commission. I should do that, shouldn't I? I should walk into Burger King and do that.
Well, I mean, I doubt that that's going to get you anywhere, but why not? It
They,
makes you feel better about
it
things.
makes me reminds me of the time I walked to the Chinese restaurant because I really fancied a Chinese buffet for lunch. Um, it's the village just sort of opposite mine, and they told me they didn't do buffets for one, and I just silently walked out. I just turned
Well,
around and left, and I thought, you have no idea what you've just lost. You have no idea.
I
You will.
really don't, because you love yourself a Chinese.
Yes, and I have a habit of putting more on my plate than I can eat. So if there was a charge for uneaten food, you missed out on that, didn't you? Hmm?
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm looking forward to my next scheduled Chinese.
When is that?
My birthday.
Not lovely.
It's a long way off.
Yeah, it is a bit.
Oh, hello. You've decided to come back downstairs, have you?
Yeah, I was picking stuff up. I think I don't know what I'm going to do for my birthday. I think I'm going to spend it alone, which sounds sad, but I'm a very sentimental, reflective person, and I
Also, you're quite sad sometimes.
yeah, it's a milestone birthday, isn't it?
But, you know,
It
it's just the way
probably
it
it
is.
probably warrants some reflection.
So if that
Mm,
stuff's on fire,
good.
it's no longer on fire. Tell you what, I'll throw shit down to you.
No, you're just throwing shit at me. None of this stuff needs to be put in the thing.
It doesn't need to, but we're doing half a job here. Go on, I'll throw it.
No.
No, because it'll save you walking all the way up and down.
Oh,
I'm doing you a
okay.
favour.
Yeah, if you throw the stuff in the lift, sure, but
That's what I'm doing. I'm
I
throwing the
know.
stuff from the lift down the.
Yeah, but okay, all right. I think it's reasonable that I misunderstood.
Oh, yeah, reasonable, sure. Doesn't mean I'm not going to berate you for it.
Uh,
Right, Ben, here's the topic you don't want to talk about, but I'm going to do it anyway.
is it the F1?
It's the F1, baby.
Okay, it was either that or anal, so let's get on with it.
Well, actually, it's funny you say that.
Oh God.
May I introduce you to Alexander Anal? No, in all seriousness,
Did you
the F1
manage to
happened.
predict the winner?
I absolutely 100% predicted the winner. Even if you ignore the jokey situation I did last week, where I was saying, what was it we did? We congratulated all of them, didn't we? Apart from one,
Yeah.
right? And the first one was the one who won it was the first one, and the one I said was most likely to end up winning it anyway. Max Verstappen. He won it by 22 seconds.
All
Which is
right.
quite a margin in such a race, especially for a first one of the
Yes,
season.
I was going to say. I wondered whether in F1 terms that was like a fairly sizable amount of time.
I'm pretty sure that the lap is about a minute 20,
Okay.
a minute 12, a minute 20, somewhere around there. So realistically, yes, it's quite a margin. The person who came last was lapped twice,
Was it
and
that?
they are the one person who I didn't want to congratulate
Yes,
for winning
I
it.
was going to say
Can you remember their name?
Clive Jessop's.
No,
Right. I'm out of ideas.
Logan Sargent.
All right.
He's an American.
He's an American, not it.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I said he's an American.
Oh, I thought you said it's an American.
Well, and he's American.
Yeah.
No, I did say he's an American. I'm not that bad. So yeah, that's doesn't make much difference, to be fair, in the situation. What is notable to me most of all about this race, though, other than the fact that it was very clear that was the outcome, because that's how it goes. The race, the first two people in the race, I'm just going to stand in front of you and talk to you. People who came first and second were on the same team. People who
Yeah.
came third and fourth were on the same team. And the people who came ninth and 10th were on the same team. Which is not something that typically happens all that often.
Right.
The other four people in the top 10, in 5th through 8th, were from two different teams, but they filled the top spots. So it's very clear that those 5 teams are the best, and the hierarchy of those teams is pretty clear as well, with the exception of those two that were mixed up. And even then, it was a one team, first team, second team again. So I would say it's still pretty clear which team's a better team out of those two. And both George Russell, who currently partners Lewis Hamilton, who is leaving Mercedes next year.
You say
he
partners.
Outperformed, yeah, they're both in the same team.
Right.
They're meant to work together technically, but they're in it for themselves, but they're in it for the team as well, right?
Right, so it's like The Apprentice.
I suppose so, yeah.
Right.
So George Russell outperformed Lewis Hamilton, despite the fact that Lewis Hamilton is the one that Ferrari have picked up next year.
But they feel like tits.
I bet, well, it's going to be even worse for him in a minute when you hear what I'm about to say. Carlos Sainz, who is the person Lewis Hamilton is replacing, outperformed his teammate, the person they've decided to keep. In fact, he outperformed his teammate so well, he came third, which is the best position that isn't the team that's been beating everyone's ass lately.
Who came second? Lewis Hamilton.
Sergio Perez.
All right.
Who is Max Verstappen's teammate in Red Bull. But
right.
There was rumours that he's going to be losing his seat as well at the end of the year. Apparently, people are under the impression that he's he's going to be racing for his seat, and everyone in one of the other teams is basically trying to get a hold of the seat because they're a Red Bull B team, as it were. And he's not going to be driving for Red Bull at the end of the year, which seems ridiculous to me when you consider the fact that last year he came second to his teammate. He could not have realistically performed much better. Like, even if he had driven better, he probably wasn't going to actually get a better position at the end of the year, right? So it seems weird to penalise him for that at all. And this year, so far, he is the second highest scoring driver of the year after the first race because they did a 1-2 finish in the team. Like, it makes no sense to me as to why people seem to think they're going to get rid of him. It doesn't. Okay, fine. Maybe the fact that he had quite a lot of bad qualifying positions last year doesn't help. The fact that he had a lot of non-race, like he didn't get on the podium as much as his teammate last year, but he still came second. Like at the end of a season, that's all that really matters, isn't it? Is where they come at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Everything else is irrelevant.
It's like hang on.
It's like in football. Your league position is what defines where you end up next year. Right?
It's like, yeah, okay. All right, I was going to use a different analogy.
Do another analogy.
All right, I was going to say it's like if it's not a good analogy. If you get a bollocking at work, but you still keep your job. At the end of the day, you're still in a job.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah,
it's a bad analogy.
Yeah, I don't think. God, look at all this messy mess.
If your people at work are expecting you to make a 15% profit, but you only make a 10% profit, but that's still higher than almost everyone else in the office, then it seems weird for them to be reprimanding you for it. There we go. I'll put it into workplace terminology for some people. I just think it's absurd. I don't see any reason why they should want to get rid of him unless there's team friction. But at the moment, the team friction isn't between him and everyone else. It's between Christian Horner's supporters and the people who aren't supporting of Christian Horner.
Is he the chap who
may or may not have sent the dodgy messages? Yes. He was cleared of those allegations, and just today, the woman who raised them has apparently been suspended from the company.
Oh, right. I thought wasn't evidence presented? I swear, like a load of text messages or something came out. I don't know.
There was a massive leaking of emails and texts and stuff like that, which no one has actually confirmed whether they are accurate or not, and like whether they're legit. The ones I saw looked fake as fuck. I'm gonna be honest.
Right.
Like, not necessarily fake. They were believable in the sense that they looked like awkward conversations from an older man to a younger woman who's trying to flirt, right?
Ugh.
Like that's how it came across, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're genuine. They didn't look genuine, but they felt genuine. They felt authentic, but not necessarily to the situation that they were being presented as.
Well,
like if you told me to pretend I'm a 50-year-old man texting a younger woman and trying to flirt with her a bit, then that's probably how I would text.
Ellipses, lots and lots of ellipses. They love that. The elderlies.
Yeah. I mean, I like a good ellipsis every now and again.
The older generation are always using ellipses incorrectly. I just want to revisit the first topic you mentioned. I say first, the Willy Wonka thing that we got into briefly.
Oh yeah, I'd say that was the first one.
The Oompa Loompa lady has an OnlyFans. Not an OnlyFans, a Cameo.
I was going to say.
Yes, no, sorry. I didn't mean to beseech the good name of the Oompa Loompa lady. She's not Oompa Loompa. What do they call it? Willy...
Wonky Doodle or something?
Wonky Dangle Doodle Dipstick. I don't fucking know. Yeah, apparently she's on Cameo, and I say bloody good on her.
Frankly. Did she already have a cameo, or has she done it now?
That would be pretty fucking arrogant if you were like an up-and-coming, aspiring actor taking, tiny jobs to get by, and you've got a cameo.
No, I mean, is that not what Cameo is? Just doing little jobs?
No, Cameo is like where famous people, you've seen those that you can pay for, like, I don't know.
I've seen Nigel Farage saying things like Wagwan and
yes,
Farah, which is a particularly dangerous thing for him to be saying.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure I don't need to tell you what that's in relation to.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I mopped this floor.
I'm helping.
You're not helping. This is like that scene in Community where everything's on fire.
Well,
Ah,
I'm sure it's fine. Oh heavens! I really have
do
been
you
a
know what I mean?
messy
You
boy, haven't I?
don't praise it like that.
Yeah, I've got to clean up my mess. Clean up my big boy mess.
Lick it, bitch. Oh, hang on.
um, no, yeah, it's exactly like that. It's you go on there if you're a celebrity, and people will pay you to say happy birthday to their nan, or occasionally say, congratulations, Fred and Rose West, for your wedding anniversary, and they don't know who that is. They just think it's like your grandparents because they're
Well,
American and or dumb.
what? Your grandparents are American and or dumb?
No, the people who
Oh, okay.
say, "Where's the bucket?" People who
I
say,
got rid of it because it needed getting rid of. Need a new one, but it gave me a hand instead.
"I got a bucket."
Oh, look at you. I got a hand in my bucket, my bucket, my bucket. I got a hand in my bucket, my bucket, my bucket, then.
Well, shake it, dear Jordan. Not shake it. Forget it.
Shake, 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 shake it.
Well,
Have,
I'm
have you seen something that you've seen some of her videos where she's done on her cameo?
no. I saw it on Reddit that she's got one. She's only got a few people on it so far, but that's no doubt that is going to build, and I hope she does all right out of it. Quite frankly, because I think,
To be fair, she'd probably do better out of an OnlyFans.
oh god,
No, not because of any particular comment that I'm trying to make about her, but those things are probably more. She'd probably be more successful with that because of the fleeting fame that she has.
yeah, you could Oompa Loompas, is that a thing? People who really
Probably.
really into child-friendly colonialism, is that? I don't know.
I don't even know, Ben.
Mary Whitehouse, I don't know.
Any relation to Paul?
No, I dare say they would not have gotten on. Mary Whitehouse was a hardcore um, censorship campaigner who complained about basically everything.
And he's a funny man.
Yeah, he wouldn't have gotten on with her.
Well, good to know. Right, I'm going to start clearing these bullet holes. Speaking of OnlyFans,
Yeah.
did you hear the news that Katie Price has to give up 40% of her OnlyFans income
Oh,
because of debts that she's in?
how long does she have to give up that for then?
Don't know.
Well, that sounds to me like she's just paying off her debt.
Well, she has previously been on record as having said that she, at this point, she's that stressed about all the debts, she'd rather they just lock her up for it.
Alright. Why is she? How does she get in so much debt?
I don't know. Probably mismanagement of finances.
Probably.
That's how a lot of people get into it. Oh no, I've accidentally set fire to a small area of the room. How does anyone get into debt, really? I mean,
Well, it's easily done. You just have 1 month where things are a bit more expensive, and then you're racing to catch up, aren't you?
true that.
It doesn't need much,
That's how I did it.
especially in this day and age. Or of
That's how
course
I'm
you
going to
could
get out of
you
it.
could just overspend on things you don't need. Mostly I don't do that, but I can absolutely see me having, one bad month and things just getting out of hand and having to stick everything on my credit card.
Realistically, if I end up having one bad month, I'm more likely to end up killing myself than I am to have overspent.
Wah, wah. I'm not sure that was the appropriate reaction. I'm sticking with it.
Womp womp womp. Cerveza cristal.
Hmm.
I fucking love those words. It's honestly, it's the best thing I've seen all week.
How the bloody hell am I meant to? Oh, I know how I'm meant to.
Thing on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a ladder, elevator,
Yeah.
lifting thing. Yeah.
I never used
Did
them
you finish
before.
upstairs?
No,
Genuinely,
of course I fucking didn't. What do you think?
Well, I'm asking you because I never know what to think with you. Sometimes you take this seriously, sometimes you don't.
I'm just having fun.
And considering how close we are to finish down here,
well, we can
we might actually get this done.
No, we're not.
We are pretty close to having things finished down here, though. Aren't we? Unless there's a whole room I've not discovered yet.
Yeah. Oh.
So I could cross off for Formula One. Yeah, new races. Oh, actually, no, there was one more Formula One thing. Very briefly. They're talking about another a replacement track for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
They never are.
You know what they are? They're talking not for this year, but for a future year.
Oh.
And there's something very special about this track that they're proposing, Ben.
It's based on Rainbow Road off of Mario.
You know what? Funnily enough, some of it from above, if lit correctly, would look very much like Rainbow Road. And have you already seen it by any chance?
No.
No. Okay. Well, no, just because
I know,
I've seen
but
other people making such a comparison to it.
I don't. Well, fair enough.
It's very much a death trap.
Right.
The reason I say that is because much like Rainbow Road, there is a section where if you were to take the corner wrong, you would absolutely fly off, and not just fly off, not fly off into say some ether great beyond or into a safety barrier or something, but into a barrier that is at the top of a 27-story drop.
And is made of knives. There's a pit of quicksand around it.
A 27-story drop, Ben.
That's a lot in it.
It's a fucking long way. I'm going to head upstairs, see what you've done. So yeah, I think it seems very much like it's a bad idea. Personally. I can see the appeal of turning it into a proper blood sport.
We should have more blood sports, honestly. You know what
It really is a mess up here, isn't it?
Well, I did my best.
We need like 12 buckets.
I think maybe we should give like death row prisoners that option. You know, yeah, you can hang around on death row and you know, run through your appeals and then get executed, or you can earn a bit of glory on your way out. You know,
you basically want to create Logan's Run.
Yeah.
No, not Logan's Run.
The Running Man.
That's the one.
Any number of
Death Race.
Yes. Insert dystopian 80s science fiction action.
Hunger Games.
Yeah. Sort of. I kind of like that idea, even though I think it would lower us as a society.
Well, I worry that it would be too good an idea, and then they'd start doing it for any other individual.
Yes.
Have you found where we're meant to clock out yet? Because I've not seen it. And I've not specifically been looking for it.
How long have we been going on this?
We started to record about an hour and 15 minutes ago.
Let me check a look.
It's got to be upstairs.
Well bloody done. An hour and 15 minutes and like 6 seconds on the dot. You're a clever boy.
What can I say? I'm fucking good, mate.
Look at you, your internal clock.
Well, I mean, you know, I wouldn't mind an internal clock every now and again, if you know what I mean. I say, yes, sir. You know what I mean.
Okay, that's all right. Yeah. Can't be fucked. Where's the... Oh, hello. Didn't even notice this chap.
Found it?
No, I found a guy stuck in the ceiling.
Oh, yeah. We meant two of them. Oh, it's up here. It's up here. I found it. I don't care. Done.
Do you want to clock out then? I already have. Yeah. Do you want me to clock out? Up to you.
I can't force you.
I know you so well. Well,
let me throw shit at you. I want to see if I can hit you. I missed.
I'm proud of my performance. Do you mind? I was just about to clock out. No, stop it. I want to clock out.
Right, clock out.
No, leave me alone.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Bullying in the workplace. I don't like it.
Come here. Ah, I'm gonna get you. Come
No,
here.
fuck off. Don't.
This is the most fun I've had all night. Oh, my shield's gone.
Piece of cake, piece of cake. Fuck, I'm gonna use the mouse. It's probably easier. No.
Whee! Bring on the wall. Where are you? Ah. All right, you can do it. I'm not gonna stop you. Lights.
Okay, that's enough. I'm bored now. No, fucking move it.
Why didn't I think of it sooner? Oh, that was brilliant. That was a genius idea.
Gee, all right, fuck off. I'm bored of this now.
No, I threw that one. It was funny. Also, I've
Uh,
only got to do 1,000 more steps and when I get an achievement.
right, there we go. That was funny until it wasn't. Yeah. We
Oh, I
got
loved it. That
fired.
last one I threw at you. The last one I threw at you.
Mm.
I need to run up and down here. So come up with a topic quick. I need to do 1,000 steps.
Okay. Um, both of mine could be quite long.
All right, well just come up with a new one. We need to work out what the code is because there's like a whole fucking. Oh no, not that way. There's a whole secret area you've not seen. I can't know what the code is. Google it while I run up and down.
Okay.
No, you'll like it. I forgot I rammed everything in there.
Right. Okay. Let's see. There are no codes because each code is different and random in each gameplay.
Okay, no, but it's for the office.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah,
janitor's office.
I know, I'm in it.
Ah, fuck's sake.
Hang on, there's an easy way to do this, apparently.
Okay.
I've just got to follow these instructions. No, that's the wrong... Where? Oh, fuck. I'm out of the office.
Well done. Well, no, I guess we'll have to leave it now. Do it next time.
Where's this door with the code then, eh? This one.
Get in the room. Get in the room.
Right. So 1 1 1 1. Okay.
You won't let me in.
Apparently things are supposed to be flashing. Why is nothing flashing?
No, I can't. I can't see. Because I can't get in. We'll do it next time.
Okay.
Oh, unless maybe it works in my office, and then I can just lord it over you. No, it doesn't.
5
Never mind.
3 2 2. Okay, well, bye.
Bye, everyone.